And we're gonna move all the people doing Joshua Stoops, PC, move them front, up top before
Okay.
we get into
Hey, how you
anything, so
doing?
we don't have to hold them here for
Okay.
the whole time.
Very good. I just met Kevin, little
Yeah.
young lady who's going to
Hey,
How you doing?
hey,
How you doing?
huh? Yeah, who? Yeah, who got the resolution? She gonna read the resolution. You got all the resolution?
I don't have a copy of them.
Okay.
I just walked in. I don't think you received. I need to grab a copy.
Get a copy from them, for me, please.
Which resolution y'all seen a copy of? Which resolution she need a copy of?
She got them.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I don't need them.
Okay.
I'm reading them all day.
All right. You doing all right tonight?
Hey, y'all with me on that? We're gonna move speakers
Up to the front.
front after recognition.
Mm-hmm.
They don't come in and do their presentation, so we don't have to hold them here.
Call you after here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm gonna call you back.
Roger.
Hello. How you?
Hey, honey, how you
Which
doing?
one?
I ain't fast.
Last one?
What's it about?
That's you.
Stroke awareness.
Strip awareness one.
Huh?
Group B. The last one. Hey.
It's in there. Okay. Y'all ready? We ready, Mr. President?
Yes, sir. I believe we are.
Test, test.
So go ahead. Maybe. More likely we just gonna talk about them. Be prepared.
Let's bring this meeting in order. Meeting City Baker City Council meeting. Invocation was done by the President of the Council, Pastor Murphy. Pledge allegiance by Councilmember Robert Young. Please stand.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you once again for another opportunity to come together to do business for this great city of Baker. Bless us, empower us, enlighten us to do our best. In our Lord's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome everybody in here. It is a little warm. We have a lot on this agenda, so colleagues, we want to move through this as soon as we can. For tonight's meeting, those of you on the live feed, via YouTube, to make a comment, please call or text area code 225-964-9512. YouTube is having problems with doing the comments, so we're working through that. And just go ahead and text, leave your name and number with your question that's going on. Public comments in the meeting statement. An opportunity for public comment should be observed before a vote is taken on any agenda item. Once recognized by the mayor, the presiding officer over the meeting, the person given the floor shall identify the specific agenda item upon he or she wishes to provide a comment, or shall limit his or her comments to matters that are strictly relevant to the agenda item. If it's not on the agenda, we're not going to discuss it. Commentary or comments shall not exceed 3 minutes per person. These minutes cannot be shared or given to another person. No dialogue or back and forth discussion between the council members or the chairman or vice chairman and the public shall be permitted at these meetings except to clarify the nature of the specific questions and or specific comments. The mayor or the presiding officer alone reserves or has the right to limit or terminate, end, or stop any commentary which deemed necessary or outside of public decorum. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get to the minutes, and then we're going to make some additions to the agenda. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes with any changes from the previous meeting.
I so move we accept the minutes and make whatever necessary changes if there be any. I second.
Have a motion by Vincent, second by Young. Is there any questions? Any comments? Any questions, any comments from the audience? Any questions, any comments? All those in favor of accepting and adopting these minutes say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Colleagues, I would like to get a motion to move under new business up to recognitions after Dwayne Gavin, moving Joshua Stoops with DOTD to provide an update up to recognitions under item 2 and moving the update on Groom Road up to item 3 with PEC.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to motion that those moves that you just mentioned, we will move up after the recognitions.
Okay, that would be item number 2 under recognitions, Joshua Stoops from DOTD, and PEC, which is an update on Move BR. I have a motion. I entertain a second.
I second the motion.
We have a motion by the president, second by Councilmember Collins. Any questions, comments? Any questions or comments? No questions or comments. All those in favor of making that move say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. While we're moving stuff,
Yeah, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to move 4331, add 4331 Amorex to the condemnation list.
we have a motion to move 4331 Amorex Drive to the condemnation list. Have a motion by
331
Amorex
to the accommodation.
to the condemnations list on the back page. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by everybody. Any questions? Any comments? Questions, comments? Anything? All those in favor of moving that say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
I'd like to make another motion to, fund recognition to add a D-Day recognition up on recognition.
Okay. Item number 4, that would be.
5.
Number 4. And who would that
Under
be?
resolution.
Yeah,
under
under
recognition.
recognitions.
Yeah.
Who would that be?
D-Day.
D-Day.
Called D-Day.
All right, D-Day. All right, we have a motion to add D-Day to item number 4 under recognitions. Can I get a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments? Questions, comments? Any questions or comments? No questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. Ayes have it. Okay. All right. We're going to start with recognition number 1. Councilmember Collins.
The Mayor and City Council of the City of Baker Parish of East Baton Rouge Parish, State of Louisiana, recognize and honor Pastor Dwayne Gavin of Greater First Church of Baker for 5 years of service. This is in testimony for his service to the community and our way of saying thank you for his commitment and dedication to service. He is not here today.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's give him a big round of applause for the record. Always come through for us. All right. Thank you, ma'am. We'll go ahead and continue under recognitions with Mr. Joshua Stoops from DOTD, giving us a quick update on Levy Lane. Let's give him a big round of applause. What's going out there?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, the council. Thank you all for having me this evening. My name is Joshua Stoops. I'm the District 61 Engineer Administrator. I've been in this position a couple years, and the job is very difficult. Levy Lane, I've addressed the council, seems like over the past few years, from design to, of course, is being constructed right now. It's going along quite well. I believe they got all the base down. I think they're starting to put asphalt down. I think they got half the binder on half the route right now. So it's very much on schedule to be done probably by September, I think, with full striping. They are still doing some drainage work. There was one pipe that was very large. I don't think a supplier could have procured it. So we were able to look, just some weird luck. We had some box culverts from another job, 6x6 concrete box culverts from a job in St. James Parish that we were storing off Old Scenic, and we're using that to as a substitute for that pipe structure. So that's very good news. Um, Anything to avoid metal pipes is in our best interest. Um, that's why those structures were failing. But a lot of those drainage issues have been addressed by the property owners, as I understand it. But we're very much on track to complete the project by September. Barber Brothers are doing a great job, so we're staying very positive about that. So, did you have any questions about the project or anything in general?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, and as the mayor has said at previous meetings, that we are grateful that you're getting that infrastructure really strong. I look at those large culverts out there, and thank you so much for that. Now, when the project is completed, we're scheduled to get, what, about 1.4 or 1.7 million from the state to kind of help us with that effort going forward?
Yeah, so that's right. So this is a road transfer project, and once it's completed, finalized, and there's an active transfer, as a part of that, there is road transfer credits that will go towards a future project. I don't know the number offhand. That sounds right, at 1.3, whatever it says in the agreement. But no, it sounds like the project's already been identified for that to go towards. So that's all great things. So,
It's looking good. You've gotten much of the asphalt, as you indicated. Half of it is smooth, and as the mayor had said, we hope they don't try to make it a Indianapolis Speedway out there because it's
because it's smooth. It's I don't want to say it's a good problem to have. That's not a good problem. But no, it's being rebuilt not just from the base up, from the subgrade up. You got a brand new, extremely strong roadway. Um, so it's going to take it back to day zero. So it basically starts that life cycle over again. So, do y'all need any updates on any other projects?
She's got a question in the back, ma'am. Go ahead and state your name and your address, please, for the record.
Yes, ma'am. Um, I wish the contractor was here. Not everyone does it the same way. That to me, that implies is it a line like going across your driveway? It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I'm just guessing here. I suspect that might be the limits of where they're going to do an feathering of asphalt. If they're coming above grade, they're going to have to transition back to your driveway, and that would probably be the limits of that. That'd be my guess.
All right. Any more questions? All right. We appreciate you. I just want to thank you for keeping your word. We talked about, I mean, Dr. Vincent talked about it all the time. Chris had told me, I was like, Chris, you sure? He said, yeah. So you're doing everything. I see that you're working it all the way down. And so it's going to be, I had a problem with this road. You know the problem. I didn't want to leave the next mayors with 3.5 miles of road, that they would have to pay for. It's a long road. but they're going to get good 20 years out of it, the 20, 25 years. And so hopefully I might be still here, so if they want to call me and blame me on it, but if I'm not, great job. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you. Just give him a big round of applause. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, we're going to get a quick update on Groom Road from our own engineer, PEC. And go ahead and give him a round as he comes up front. All right.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you all for allowing us to do your work for so many years. I want to introduce Gabby Wright. She's the project engineer for Groom Road. We will again give you a brief overview that Gabby, since she's been working on it, and then again, like Joshua said, answer any questions you might have. And I'll echo that that Levy Lane is being done very well. It's a very good section.
All right, hello everyone.
Hello.
Good evening. I'm here to give an update about Groom Road. So these improvements have been broken up into 4 separate projects. 3 are Move BR and 1 is FEMA and hazard mitigation. The first phase is from McHugh to Plank Road, and this job went out for bids July 1st. It has been, the lowest bidder is KCR Contractors at $5.5 million, which came in $4.5 million under estimate. This recommendation will be announced tomorrow night at the East Baton Rouge Council meeting and will be up for final approval on the August 13th council meeting. This phase of the road is expected to start construction and give notice to proceed December of this year. The next phase of Move BR is from LA 19 to McHugh Road. This project, we were just issued the notice to proceed to start the final design, and so this project will be completed by the beginning of May 2026, and will hopefully start construction summer of next year. The next phase is the signal modifications at Plank and Groom intersection. The design of this modification is complete. It is now under permitting at DOTD. So as soon as that permit gets approved, it can go for bidding and awarding and start construction. The next project is the hazard mitigation FEMA project from Alabama Street to Johnston Street. This project is going to be submitted to FEMA next week, so final design is completed, and then FEMA will review and determine the outcome, whether it will be constructed or not. I don't know the timeline of this. It could be up to a year, I've heard, but that's where these projects stand at the moment.
So the FEMA project is that, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll forget. So the FEMA project is the project that we talk about when it comes to the flooding. Is that the project that?
Okay.
And so the way we broke it down is that, and Kevin knows, we raised a lot of sand. It was 2 different ways that Move BR came in really after we had already applied. Becky had applied to FEMA. We went to figure out the flooding. We wanted to know what was going on with the flooding. Once Move BR came in after that, then we combined it. We combined the designs to make sure that we're not overtopping a road that it can considerably flood. Now, I'm not saying on the record, because some people will take it out of context, we're never going to be able to stop the flooding. We just wanted to know what could help to reduce the flooding. And it's a lot to do with that, and we're not going to be able to get into all of that because there are byways that run off of Groom that run the water out of the city. But that's a big deal for FEMA to finally come through. Now, we don't know what they're going to say. Mm-hmm. And so that's why they have it broken down into those phases so we can get done. McHugh Road was only in for Move BR, but the question is, Kevin, is that how far on are we going to be past Ms. Burgess' house on, because they're supposed to be straightening up McHugh, and they're going to come, or they're going to straighten up that road?
Well, McHugh Road is a separate Move VR
Right.
project. Actually, McHugh Road was in the Green Light program, which was the previous road tax.
Right.
It's in the hopper still, but I don't even think they built the Zachary end of it yet. They were waiting for the bridge on the Kobe Diversion Canal to be built,
Right.
and that bridge is built.
Right.
But yes, it would go just south of Miss Burgess's house, about at Windbush. They would straighten out the dog leg on McHugh Road, tie into the big bridge they built, and then they would do the same thing on the Zachary end. I think there's a dog leg or two they'll straighten out there.
Okay.
But yeah, separate from the Grove Road project.
So the Plank Road, Plank Road, what you said, Plank Road
At Grove.
at Groom, Plank Road and Groom with the light. Kind of go in a little bit more detail with that. What we're talking about there, with the light there, Kevin.
That's the third phase?
Well, that's signalization.
That's the signalization of that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Groom Road is going to take a little bit of time. So those of you who are asking about Groom Road and when it's going to be done, we're not going to try to rush a road with a $20 million building on it that we just spent that money on that. So we're going to do the best we can. We appreciate it. Any other questions? Anybody else got any questions from the circle? Your question got answered, Ms.
Yeah, it did. I was just asking her what the FEMA
Yeah.
project was, and you cleared it up with the flooding, so it's with the looking into the covenants and all that. It's
Yeah. It was another source of money that city parish did not want to let go.
Right.
And we still have it. Now FEMA, we submitted, or we will submit,
Next week.
and then we'll know at some point down the road. In the meantime, we have the go-ahead to complete the project.
Different source, different organizations.
Yes.
So we got to monitor different organizations to try to see, just to get their road done.
when you
And
say,
when it comes-
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, the road had been worked on in what, 40, 50 years? It's been a
It's
minute.
an old road.
It's an old road. So we just want to try to reduce the flooding there. So that's where we are. That's why it's taking so long. So if you're listening out there, you know, once we get it right, it should be a good road for the next 20, 25 years, if we can get it right. But I just refuse to overlay a road that they couldn't tell me why it was flooding. I couldn't do that. Yes, sir. Go ahead and state your name, where you live at, for the record. That's true. You do live there. Go ahead. Different. Mm-hmm.
Overall, the Kobe Diversion Canal will help the city of Baker greatly. That time schedule, I don't even want to comment. I don't know.
So when you are addressing, and just for clarity for people who are listening, because I think that, of course, the streets need to be repaired, but the biggest concern that everybody has is about the flooding. So to be clear, what you're doing is you're working on the roads, but your road work is not going to be addressing the flooding issue?
Oh, the road work, a lot of the work going into this is drainage.
Okay.
Is subsurface drainage to improve the underground drainage and to also give it more catch bases so that the water can get into the pipes quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big part of this, and it's not something you'll see, but they'll be digging up almost all of the old drainage.
And I
that's a good
appreciate that
question.
that clarifying, because when you addressed flooding a few minutes ago, when he asked the question, and then you said that it wasn't going to necessarily address the Walmart Advantage Charter space, I wondered if it may have raised a question to other people about what is the road work going to do with mitigating flooding. So thanks for the clarifying question. That is going to be the sewage work and things that are happening underground that we won't be able to see.
Correct.
That should be easing that problem out, in addition to the diversion canal. Is that right?
Correct. But the diversion canal will really help the city of Baker.
Okay.
And then Grove Road will be updated as a top-notch road.
So now, with the road, because Ms. Collins asked a good question with that, because she lived right up there. I can understand that's a good question. Now, if you look at Walmart and that area there where that dip is there, That's a different kind of construction when we come back. We talked about that. Remember the dip going down there. But we are the planning to put a shared walkway on with greenage where you can ride your bikes and everything else. And now, so that me adding that
Yeah.
with him, so we got the engineers stressed out because now I want the walkway so they can ride their bikes. All the schools, that's where all the kids live, and all the schools are on that road, and so they can be able to ride their bikes to school and walk down Groom Road. And so that creates another, expertise you got to have when you're dealing with the drains. And so that's the other issue there.
Are they gonna make a roundabout in McHugh and Broom Road?
I don't know about that yet. Haven't heard anything about that yet.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
know
think
they
so.
had talked about
Yeah,
a roundabout, so
yeah.
that's why I was asking the question.
I haven't heard anything else on that yet. With any money?
There will be a turn lane there.
Yeah,
There's going to be a turn lane.
it's gonna be a fifth lane there, right by Desiree House.
Queue going to Burke, there will be a turn lane right there.
Oh, okay then. Okay.
How many turning lanes will there be?
There'll be one right across the street from Wayton. That's the one they're working on. We're actually relocating the water line right now for the project.
Go ahead, Dr. Ben.
And you answered my question with your last comments. I wanted to know if we were still going to do that walkway and the bike path and all of that in the project. So that's great.
All right. Any more questions? Anybody? All right. We appreciate you, Kevin. Y'all have a good night. Thanks so much. All right. All right. Good meeting. All right. Let's give them a big round of applause there. All right. Okay. Councilmember Young.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. The reason why I call this D-Day, I wanted to kind of keep everybody off balance on that, but I want to recognize a real good friend of mine. I wanted to kind of like do it in the front of his peers here, and I wanted to kind of like do it in the front of his peers out at the conference. So I thought about we were going to have another council meeting before this. Me and him have our ups and downs, but we go back a long ways. I worked through his cockiness and arrogance, and because he called himself D1. That's why I call this D recognition D-Day. What I mean by that, I can remember way back when I beat him twice in the election. He was the one. I'm standing out in the sun holding up my campaign signs in the hot sun, and I looked down and I seen a long stretch white limousine. And I'm saying, who that is coming up there? And little did I know it was your boy, the mayor. And he stood up through the top and he said, when this over with, let's do lunch. And I said, whatever. So I just want to recognize him and surprise him because him and Councilwoman Dunn, they really got me last year. They played a part. I never had a party before. So they was a part of my birthday party, and they surprised me. So I just want to recognize him for his birthday.
That's
Something
nice.
Mayor Darnell D1 waits, so we want to say happy birthday to you, brother.
Man, I
All
appreciate
right.
you.
Oh, happy birthday. What's up, donuts? Some donuts?
Happy birthday.
Thank
You want to show up?
You better show him. I gave him his last week. Get jail to get out of Alcatraz. They sure gonna send him.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. He didn't beat me by much, y'all. Okay,
I beat him twice.
Yeah, he beat me twice, so he did.
When you said D-Day, I was thinking about the Normandy invasion.
Yeah. Everybody asks about the one. It's Darnell Anthony.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. The one. Appreciate you, bro. All right. All right. Let's move on to resolutions and proclamations. Resolution adopting the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire for the year. Dr. Vincent, I think we called, this is an annual requirement, you guys, by the legislative auditor,
Yeah.
whereby management affirms it is aware of the laws applicable to the city and that we have followed them. The resolution is saying that the council is required to evidence that management has made the affirmation. You have to have that before every audit, and you have to we do this every year, every time we do the audit. So that's what it is. It's the resolution adopting the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire for the year ending 20/30/2025. All right. Go ahead and read it.
Resolution adopting the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire for the year ending June 30, 2025. Whereas the City of Baker, Louisiana will contract with an accounting firm to perform the FY 2025 financial audit of the governmental and proprietary funds of the City of Baker, Louisiana. And whereas the legislative auditor requires the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire be completed, presented to, and adopted by the City of Baker's governing body in conjunction with the annual financial audit. And whereas the City of Baker's administration department, in conjunction with the consultation of the Finance Department, has completed the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire, and whereas the Council does hereby adopt the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire as part of the legislative auditor's requirement for the completion of audits, and does hereby authorize Mayor Waits to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Baker, Louisiana, convened in regular session on July 22nd, 2025, and hereby adopted the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire as part of the legislative auditor's requirement for completion of audits, and authorizes Mayor Waits to sign, execute, and administer any and all relevant documents. Be it further resolved that a copy of the resolution and Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire shall be forwarded to the selected accounting firm.
All right.
Okay. Now, is this similar, Mayor? At one time, we did a questionnaire where we checked off whether or
You
not...
already
Yeah, we had in it,
Yeah.
yes.
And this is the end of it.
This
You
is the
remember-
end of it, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think this is the one, correct me if I'm wrong, at one time it was filed, we did it late, and we had to,
We started late.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but you had to do, the
Right.
auditor
It's-
sent the
yeah.
questionnaire, so you guys already did that. Well, what we're saying is, I'm telling you guys that we affirmed that we did everything that we're supposed to do.
That's right.
Okay? I entertain
I so move we adopt this
a motion. Have a motion by
resolution.
Vincent, second by Murphy. Any questions? Any comments from the audience? Any questions? Questions, comments? All those in favor of adopting this resolution say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No nays. Motion carries. All right. All right. Resolution of the Baker City Council authorizing the mayor to execute and sign all agreements required in the application and acceptance of a grant award pertaining to the Carbon Reduction Program federal grant. You want to talk a little bit about that before we read that, ma'am? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Daryl Blacher. Most of you all know that I've been working with the city of Baker on grants and different capital outlay projects for a number of years. And I've been working with a team, Kevin, who just left, the engineer, and also DPW representatives and various other representatives and persons from the Capital Region Planning Commission. We're preparing to submit a grant that impacts the land on Plank Road near Bethany Church. If you see that lot that's been leveled off, I think there was one building still standing, but it's a completely bare lot, I believe, near the pizza place and in between the church. So that's the land that we're talking about. So this resolution impacts that project as it relates to carbon monoxide and carbon emissions, and that money is available through the Capital Regional Planning Commission. Did you want to say anything else before I read this?
Okay, so Dr. Vincent, I always call him because we've been here about 9 years. So that property, we're back to the park and ride. Okay. We're back to the park and ride over there. So we started over. So we're back to that. So we're going to use this grant to continue to move us forward with the park and ride. More to come about the park and ride in that area there and what we want to do on Plank Road. Since we're getting all the road work done all around, I always want to make a little commerce, and so that's what we're doing. So that's what this is about.
And to add to that, and before I read the resolution, it will involve a few aspects, including charging stations for vehicles, a place where the buses can come through and pick up passengers, and people can park their cars and also ride to different points between Baton Rouge and also, I believe, Okay, so let's read the resolution number 07-22-2501. Whereas the Carbon Reduction Program was enacted as part of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act to provide funding for projects that reduce transportation emissions from on-road highway sources through carbon dioxide emission strategies and funding projects designated to reduce transportation emissions, and whereas the Capital Regional Planning Commission has announced the availability of carbon reduction funds from FY 2022 through FY 2026, and the project structure is designed as an 80% federal dollars to be sourced from the carbon reduction grant, which the city of, that's supposed to be Baker, is pursuing through the Capital Regional Planning Commission. Whereas eligible grant categories include infrastructure, transit improvements, alternative modes of transportation, congestion reduction and/or management, intelligent transportation systems, energy efficient alternatives, freight or supply chain, alternative fuels and vehicles, diesel engine retrofits, and other advanced truck technology. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the City of Baker administration has determined that an eligible initiative for the requested federal funds includes development of the Baker Regional Park and Ride Transit Center to offer alternative transportation options for drivers, expand area infrastructure, while offering a regional transportation hub, including vehicle charging stations, and the City of Baker will submit a grant application to the Capital Regional Planning Commission as a result of this funding opportunity. Be it further resolved by the City Council of the City of Baker, State of Louisiana, certifies that Mayor Darnell Waits is hereby vested with the authority to conduct business, negotiate, and sign all agreements regarding this matter, and thereby binds the City of Baker to the same effective July 22nd, 2025. Passed and adopted by the City of Baker, State of Louisiana on July 22nd, 2025.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Motion? You got any questions?
I have a question, and as you know, as the legislative body of the city, I had, in that last paragraph, invested the authority. I didn't want to, could we add, with council awareness, after being informed by the council, the mayor is authorized to conduct the business. I don't want to put you have to have the council's consent, but I at least like to be aware, and a heads up as to what we're signing in terms of the city and the city's obligations. So after that authority, I would like to see us add with council awareness, or after council have been informed that this can take place.
What, the grant?
Yes.
Yep.
Now you can move forward and sign forward.
Well, okay, so let me see, can I explain it? They put that in there because we're applying for a grant, we may have to pay a match. We do this every time with every grant.
That's right.
And the document comes from the people that we're getting the grant from. That's what they put in there. That's what's in the document. So we can't alter their document. It's just saying that we're applying for a grant, like we apply for every grant. It's pretty much the same verbiage, just in all of them.
Okay.
And Councilman, with all due respect, this resolution is providing situational awareness to the council as it relates to that. But in all cases, the mayor, as the head of the city, is the appointing and authorizing authority.
That's correct.
Okay.
I understand that.
I understand your point.
Yeah. Okay. But is that somewhere where we'll be informed. Not that we'll stop it, and you can at least give us a day or so notice on next week, your staff or someone,
Whether we get the grant or not?
whether we get the grant or
Yeah,
not.
you'll know whether we get the grant or not.
Okay.
But it's going to be probably another 6 months or so before you know that.
Okay.
But it's-
So when we apply and before we apply for it,
That's what
we
this is. This is part of the document that's going in with the grant. We're applying for it now.
yes,
And I'm
indeed.
making you aware that we are applying for the grant now.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
And the submission date is sometimes next month.
Sometime next month.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we'll be informed of that before the submission date. That's
Well,
what I'm wanting.
I'm informing you now that we're going to submit the grant if
Okay.
you approve it. That's what I'm doing now.
Okay. I just wanted to see that in the verbiage of the resolution somewhere, because to have the responsibility, and I understand how you have to sign things and you're the CEO of the city, but I just like to be informed that the CEO is in the process of signing application for a grant in 2 weeks, 3 months, or 5 months. I understand that, but and what this says, but I still would like to see it somewhere in the verbiage of resolutions like this, where we would be informed of that.
And Mayor,
I got it. So what we can do tonight is that because we don't provide the resolutions. When the grant package comes in, the
Okay.
state or whoever it is that we're going, they said that you have to have approval from the council. This is to let them know. That's the purpose of the resolution, is to let them know that we are applying for a grant. And so the verbiage that they have in that, but what you can do tonight, Dr. Benson, is that you can go on record and say that you want to be aware of it, and we'll put it on record. Because
Yes.
we don't want to alter the document. Am I making sense?
Mhm.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, if my colleagues is fine with that, obviously I'm one of 5, but I would like to be informed.
When we finally go in?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let
Yeah.
you know on whatever day we put it in. We'll send you an email.
Okay. Very good.
Mayor, just for record's sake, there's a typo that needs correction in paragraph 1. Instead of form, it should be from. In paragraph 2, it should be the city of Baker and not the city. Well, Baton is off, so it does. Those are some typos that need correction.
I see a question. Go ahead, man. Please stand. State your name and address, please, for the record.
Sure, Dr. Tony, resident of Baker. I just had a question to what Dr. Vincent was saying. I think what you were getting at is something I'm going to speak about in a minute, because the charter says that the mayor cannot introduce an ordinance or resolution. I don't know if that's part of the reason why you're asking, because I understand why you're doing it, because I read the grants under what's required too, but according to the charter, that's something that should have been initiated by a member of the council, because it does not allow the mayor to introduce an ordinance. I think it is fitting, legal, and according to the law, that one of you all, a council member, has to be the one to introduce the ordinance, and then you'll be within compliance. That's all I want to say.
Okay, so this is not an ordinance, it's a resolution.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but yeah, and I'm not introducing it. Once they vote for it, then they adopt the ordinance. For the record, we're not introducing anything. We're adopting an ordinance, just like a resolution, just like we're going to do the rest of the resolutions, just like we do all the proclamations. We adopt that, and because the resolution is for a grant, that's why my name is on. And so don't get confused with that. That's what that is. Has nothing to do with. I'm not introducing anything. So here's the deal. If you don't adopt the resolution, we don't apply for the grant. That money, whatever it is that we're doing for the carbon things, to go ahead and move the grant forward and move the project, has nothing to do with that. We've done this 100 times. Go back and look at the record. This ain't nothing new. It's actually a drop in the bucket. Because next week we're going to come back and we're going to introduce a resolution and a proclamation about Heart Week or got a headache week. We're going to do that. the same thing. It's a resolution saying, hey guys, I'm letting you know that I'm finna, we putting in for a grant. That's it. I'm letting you know. Any other comments from the circle?
I have a question. Do we have to come back for the correction, ma'am? For the correction you added?
Whatever your policy is.
Okay, then, so, do we have to
It
come
can
back?
be circulated, I mean, after the meeting, as long as you all consent. There's a formal motion to accept it.
Could we
Right.
just say accepted with corrections?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, that's
Okay.
how you say it. That's how the
So,
motion is met.
yeah. So I don't know if I'm in order or out of order, but help me if I'm, whichever one I'm in. If I'm out of order, just say, Rochelle, you're out of order. If I'm in order, just let me finish. Didn't we go over this here once before about you introducing and we going down to the Attorney General and he giving us a letter? And I'm bringing the letter back and going over it and explaining to him what the Attorney General finding is about this here. We're going to start this here all over again. I just have a question. Have we finalized that? Do we have the answer to that? Because look like it's just keep posing this here question where you're not supposed to introduce an ordinance or a resolution, and the people at the Attorney General office constantly saying that I wish I had the paper. Miss Jackson was the one that went down there and filed that, and I brought the papers and we read them. Anybody on this council missing something that I didn't miss?
We just, come on y'all, we just adopted a resolution with my name on it for the questionnaire. What's going on here? We just did that like 5 minutes ago. The resolution that we just did had my name on it. Okay? We do resolutions all the time. It's a resolution. We're not adopting anything. We're doing a resolution. This is some things that we have to do together. And so the people that we do the resolutions to, it has nothing to do, Rochelle, with ordinances. This is not an ordinances where we're doing a law.
Okay.
So look, at this point, we don't have any questions. Any other comments? Because we're going to be here all night with this stuff that we've been dealing with for years. So we're going to call for the vote. If I can get a motion, we can get a motion, and then we'll just call for the vote.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to grant authority to conduct business per carbon reduction program on behalf of the city of Baker.
With
I have a
correction.
motion.
With correction.
With corrections and the addendum that Vincent will be informed if no one else wants to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you can put that in there.
That's not my motion. That's
that-
not my motion. Is with the correction.
With the corrections.
That's my motion.
I'll second.
And we have a second with the motion, with that motion. Now, so Dr. Benson, you had an opportunity. We got it on the record, what you asked for, and I asked you that. So we're going to go ahead and call for the motion. So we're going to start with you, Dr. Benson. We'll start with district. Any other questions? Any other comments? Any other questions? Any more comments? All right. So we'll start with you, Dr. Benson. District 1.
District 1 votes no. I wanted that a little bit better clarified. In addition to being on the record, I wanted it in the motion. So I vote no.
District 2.
District 2 vote yes with corrections.
District 3.
District 3 votes yes with corrections.
District 4.
District 4 votes yes.
District 5.
Yes, with correction.
Motion carries. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Benson.
Okay.
All right. All right. Resolution acknowledging that the mayor will execute a contract for legal counsel. Hold on, ma'am. We're not even done with that yet. We're past that. That right there. Right. When I get through, when I finish the whole thing, when I go through it, when I call for the vote, then I'll allow you to speak. This is the resolution for legal counsel. Okay, just like we did with Attorney O'Lynn, so we could have legal counsel here for the council. That's what this is, a resolution for legal counsel for Ms. Anidra Byram. She's an attorney. to come and give us legal counsel. Yeah.
A resolution acknowledging that the mayor will execute a contract for legal counsel. Whereas the city of Baker requires legal counsel to represent it in legal proceedings and to advise on various legal matters from time to time. And whereas administration has negotiated with Anitra Boykin, attorney at law, and whereas Anitra Boykin, attorney at law, has agreed to perform all regular and routine services as may be assigned by the city of Baker, included but not limited to active representation in and monitoring of litigation against the city, and to which the city is a part and providing regular and routine legal advice regarding its operations. And whereas representation by Anitra Boykin, attorney at law, extends to the mayor and the council members individually and collectively. Therefore, be it resolved that the council of the city of Baker, Louisiana, convened in regular session on the 22nd day of July, 2025, and hereby acknowledges that the mayor will execute a contract for professional legal services with Anitra Boykin, attorney at law. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution shall be made part of the contract for professional legal services.
Same thing we did for the for Olin.
Okay. Let me just,
Go ahead, Dr. Vincent.
okay, let me just say to Attorney Boykin, I have the utmost respect for you, and I just love the law school you attended. I know many of the professors
She's not
there.
She's not that's not her. That's
I changed my hair.
That's the city prosecutor.
You're not Miss Boykin.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. See, no name there. But I'm certain that Miss Boykin attended a very fine law school. That's Miss Boykin. You're at Southern University. Let me say that would have enjoyed working with you. I certainly have enjoyed working with this young lady who I thought was Miss Boykin. But I cannot support this, and it's nothing against you. I know that you're an outstanding attorney. But the charter requires the city attorney to be a resident of Baker. And I'm reading it has a number of years of experience in the practice prior to the appointment. So I will be opposing this resolution based on that, because I think we might open ourselves up for other comments when you are not a resident of Baker. I had a chance to check out your resume. I think you is a voter of Baton Rouge. And that's why Section 406 of the Charter would prohibit you, in my estimation, from being our city attorney. I know that you are just an outstanding attorney. I don't know where you went to school, but I would imagine at both law schools in the city and the ones in New Orleans. I'm very familiar with all three of them, LSU, Tulane, and Southern University, and the fine product. So what? The Southern University Law School. I know most of your professors there. Yes. So that's the only reason why I'm opposing this resolution.
So, Dr. Vincent, so there is no other attorney in the city that two others that we've talked to that want to be in that position. The resolution did not say city attorney. It says that we're contracting out. I can do contracts. I do it all the time. We're contracting out for legal services from Attorney Board. Okay, that's what we're doing. Just like we did with Olin. Okay, and so we can do that because I can sign contracts. If we don't, we can't keep operating without an attorney anywhere. Okay, so I mean, and you know that we've done this before. If we don't have the people that we need, then we contract out. It's a contract.
Okay, and you're saying that she's not our city attorney.
She will be able to give us legal advice as we run these meetings. But we can't, the resolution does not say city attorney. It says for legal advice and the things that we need. We can't keep operating without an attorney.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Attorney Boyd. Borkins. I'm gonna get it right. Okay. And I would like to suggest, I mentioned this here once before to the council, since we don't have anyone that lives in the city of Baker that is willing, when I say willing, we don't have any willing vessels. I've mentioned a couple people and they've said no, you know, and sometimes I'm just gonna go on record. I don't blame them, but my suggestion would be that the council go back and change the have a work session so we can go back and look at the ordinance or the charter and see how we can include the city of Baton Rouge and surrounding cities to be our counsel. Because as the mayor say, we need legal counsel. So we can't just sit up here and don't have anyone that is going to advise us in the right direction. Because we have a lot of individuals that's looking to sue the city for something. I don't know. It just we just don't work together. They just pop. Not this group here. I love y'all. Jesus, I love y'all. This is the best council I've sit on since I've been here. But I want to say, I would love to have you. My daughter just graduated from the Southern University as a law student. Okay, she wouldn't even take the job even if she moved up here to Baker. Okay, just be honest with you. But I would say, because she know what we do up here. But I am really glad to see that you are willing. And don't let this here deter you or change your thinking, because we're going to have to do something. So someone's going to have to come up here and sit and take on this here responsibility. You do a great job, you know, and I know you don't live here either, you know.
But we
so we're going to still need counsel.
Right.
So we're going to have to learn how to work together until we get someone.
And
so if the mayor is in control and he needs to get a contractor, I suggest that's what we do until we have a work session and try
this is not the first time, but we gotta have counsel, and so we gotta have. She meets the criteria. It says the years, she has all that. She's seasoned, okay? She's a seasoned attorney, and she meets the criteria. I don't see what the problem is. She's not civil service. That's what the charter talks about. It's talking about civil service. She's not civil service. She's not there. Okay? But it's up to y'all. Okay, y'all the council. All right? And so if somebody comes up after this and says that, and they live in Baker and they meet that qualification, that's fine. But at the end of the day, it's on me. Because we're operating every day. I got to have somebody that I can go to. Did not say in the resolution anything about city attorney. So all this plan stuff y'all got tonight,
No plan. I just...
we got to call for the vote. I'm going to let Ms. Jackson talk, and we're going to move on and call for the vote. Go ahead, ma'am. State your name and address.
Now, Mayor, I can't put my address since we have to get the police involved with your former attorney making threats. I'm not putting my address on the record anymore.
Okay, fine,
too. Thank you. All right, so I'm setting my timer so I can be respectful of it. All right, well, good evening, everyone. Again, I'm Dr. Tony here, speaking on agenda item number 3 under resolutions and proclamations. And I, too, wanted to raise a concern regarding the vagueness and the legality of this agenda item. According to Louisiana Revised Statute 4219A1BII, each agenda item must be listed separately and described with reasonable specificity so the public can understand what's being voted on. As the agenda was printed, you all didn't meet that criteria, so you're actually in violation of Louisiana open meeting law. Then the term acknowledging is vague. Our question was, are you guys trying to ratify something that's already been happening, or are you looking to approve something new? The agenda as printed, provided to the public, provided no details about the attorney, the scope of work, the contract duration, cost, or even the purpose of why we're entering into a contract. It was also unclear whether this involves a new hire, a renewal, or an emergency situation. It also seems that a contract had already been negotiated, yet there had been no prior agenda item or discussion justifying the need for outside legal counsel. So I was asking, why are you guys being asked to adopt a resolution as that, acknowledging that the mayor will execute a legal service contract again? Because as you said, you did it on May 27th when you hired O'Lynn's. You did that with the same vague resolution, same vague language, no contract. You, Dr. Vincent, you asked, you assumed that you were going to get a copy of that contract, but you guys should have received that prior to. You passed a vote unanimously of the four that was here that allowed him to enter into a contract with Olin, and you all didn't even see the contract. That's not good governance. You guys are giving the mayor broad spending authority without clear limits, oversight, or public accountability. And again, that's not fiscal responsibility. That's just you all approving contracts blindly, and that has to stop. Lastly, under Section 217 of our city charter, any action that appropriates money or creates a financial obligation must be done via ordinance, not resolution. If this contract has financial implications, and clearly it does, approving it via resolution is a violation of the charter. So council, y'all know when I come to you, I come with you all with facts. I never try to steer you wrong. I'm urging you all to table this item, have a transparent public discussion about the legal needs of the city. I would like to see a job posting so people know they can apply for the position, because I've never seen that. And instead of authorizing execution, consider a resolution to enter into a discussion and negotiation. Then the mayor would bring back a full proposed contract to the council and the public for review and possible approval via ordinance. That's the process. That's fiscal stewardship. That's accountability. Thank you for your time.
Good, good, good. Okay, so now, here's the deal. So we can go through that. Okay, I haven't signed a contract, all right? We haven't signed anything. I just asked her, was she interested in giving us legal services? Okay, we just did this before. Okay, now this comes up because they want us to be wide open with no legal protection. That's not true. That's what it, hold on. Remember, you done did your time. Okay. Okay. Now, we can table it. If you want to table it, we can table it. But every moment we go without that legal advice and that legal protection, we're in trouble. Now, we do contracts all the time. And y'all, you done did public records on me with all the contracts already. You can always come in and do contracts to see the contracts. But we haven't even sat down and talked about that. What I did is brought it to you because the council does say you need a concurrence for an attorney. We did everything else, but it's not, she doesn't live here, so I have to do a contract. Because she does not live here, so I have to contract the services out like I do other things that I do. Like I do the engineers, like we do everything else. There's no difference here.
Okay. Let me just say this. I know with Ken and this, our current attorney up here on this lectern with us, she's under contract to...
for the prosecutor's office.
For the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, for the prosecutor's office. And a lot of these people that we bring in have been ad hoc over here with the court for years. They hire ad hoc attorneys to come in when the attorneys that we have cannot be here. Even the judge has an ad hoc judge that comes in on contract.
Okay, I knew that, or at least I kind of assumed that she wouldn't be wasting her time unless she had some kind of connection contractual-wise.
Right.
Or
right.
A situation with the city.
Right. But for this seat, the qualifications are clear, what you got to have. Okay? And so that's the deal on that. So I have to find somebody with those qualifications And not like the rest of the contract that I can sign daily because of what the charter says. It says that that city attorney need to come this way. That city attorney works for us. So we do the resolutions, which is, we've been down this road before. We resolve that we'll hire her for legal services. And then whatever we come up with, just like you said before in the last one, well, Mayor, just make sure we don't get hit in the head. Well, we're not, but we know what we need. We need somebody that we can call and give us legal advice. It's the smart thing to do.
Is it any way, possible, Mayor, that we could,
Jana Rogers.
Miss Jana, I'm sorry.
That's right, Ms.
I'm
Rogers.
gonna start writing y'all name down. I'm gonna get it. Is it any way possible that we could, table this and call emergency meeting to,
We're not going to be here. We're going to be here next week. We can table it if you want to. But let me be clear again. So
I know we without counsel and
Right.
everything, so, but I'm just saying, maybe she could assist us with counsel until we get, a counsel. Can we do that? I mean, she's doing it now. Can she just continue to counsel us, the council, until we have this, work session, or?
what's the difference?
I know it ain't no difference.
So we might as well get
Down, what I'm saying is,
we can't, I'm not gonna fall to keep down anything because we're not doing anything
Okay.
wrong. It is
I'm
my
not
job. We're not.
okay.
We have that. So Ken was doing two things for us. He was the city attorney and he was the city prosecutor. Okay? And he was training her. We had to get people trained. You just can't come in and do these jobs. So we had to hire us a contractor to come. She does not meet the qualification that the charter talks about in expertise to be a city attorney. Okay? She doesn't. And so we have to get somebody to represent us legally. Not as the city attorney, but legal advice that we can go to. Just like everybody else does. I'm trying to figure out why it's so hard to understand.
I agree with you. We do need counsel.
Okay, so we've let everybody talk. We're going to go ahead and call for the vote for this resolution. We're going to go ahead and call for it right now. All right? If I can get a motion that we adopt this and we can move forward. So y'all can vote it up or you can vote it down. No motion?
Well, I'll make a motion that we, the mayor will execute a contract for legal counsel so that our city, and our city council and our city will be covered.
Second.
Have a motion by Murphy, second by Dunn. Any questions? Any comments? Any more questions? Any more comments?
When we are looking at her as our counsel, right? Okay. So when we're looking at her at her counsel, what is the terms of the contract? Like, for how long is that term going to be?
Haven't gone on with that.
Okay.
This is to let you know that that's the person that we want. You can sit down and entertain her, but we do need legal counsel. When you go and find a lawyer, mostly they put lawyers on retainers. Okay? We got to sit down. We haven't been over any of that.
Okay.
But I know we need to go from there, and I can't sit down with her without you guys approving the resolution.
So once you approve it, you'll bring it back to us?
Right. I'll bring the contract back to you all, and
Before
we'll go over it again
Okay, so she'd just be
before I
in
sign it.
temporary position?
Right, for right now.
Okay.
But then, go ahead.
Question. I understand. Can y'all just modify it to not execute, well, change it to allowing the mayor to enter into discussion and negotiation. Then you bring back the contract. So legally y'all are covered because then y'all as the council, because you're creating a financial responsibility on behalf of the city, you have to see the contract first. And you all have to approve it by a majority vote. Then that gives him the authority to execute. Right now, y'all are about to give him the permission to execute a contract that doesn't exist. So you're working backwards.
I'm not going to execute the contract, but you
Right.
do make a good point. Okay? We do make a good point. So, to go from there. So, redo so we can get on, President, redo the motion to say that, so I can sit down with council and negotiate it, and then we'll come back. But we do need to do the resolve, okay? We do need to do the resolution to be able to do that.
So is it a resolution or a proposal?
It's a resolution. We resolve to, right,
So you want to redo the motion?
right, redo it.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion,
You amend your motion.
You amend the motion.
okay, I got you. I'm sorry. I amend the motion, to state that we will, the mayor will go into negotiation, and discussion for negotiation, for a contract, and we'll bring it back to the council, before execution.
Yeah.
Second.
Got a motion, there's been a second. Any questions or comments? All right. Any questions or comments? All right, we're going to call for the vote and make it stick. So we're going to start with District 1.
District 1, because of all of my questions I still have, of which I will not further discuss, I vote no for this resolution.
District 2.
District 2 votes yes.
District 3.
I vote yes for going into negotiations and discussion regarding our new city council.
District 4.
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. All right. Proclamation, Dr. Vincent, Group
Okay.
B, PrEP awareness.
Okay, this is a health issue that I think many of you may be aware of, but it's one that can be very painful and create a lot of time away from work. So, Ms. Rogers, Madam Attorney, if you'd be so kind as to read this, I'll move for adoption.
Yes, sir. Proclamation. Whereas Group B strep is a bacterium which lives normally and naturally in and on humans without causing harm or symptoms, and whereas for those carrying Group B strep bacteria around the time they give birth, there's about a 50-50 chance the baby will be exposed to the bacteria. Most babies will be fine. However, about 1 to 2% of these babies will fall seriously ill with sepsis, meningitis, or pneumonia. And whereas all pregnant women should be screened for GBS bacteria between 36 and 37 weeks of gestation, and if a pregnant woman tests positive for GBS or has risk factors for GBS transmission, such as preterm labor, prolonged rupture of membranes, she should receive intravenous antibiotics during labor to reduce the risk of the baby contracting the infection. And whereas prompt identification and treatment of GBS infections in newborns can significantly reduce the risk of serious complications and mortality. And whereas spreading awareness about GBS prevention and the importance of screening and timely treatment can empower expectant parents to make informed decisions about their health care and advocate for their baby's health. And whereas organizations like Group B Strep International and Group B Strep Support spearhead awareness campaigns, share information, and advocate for policy changes during this month. They highlight the importance of universal screening and early intervention, recognizing that preventable infections continue to affect newborns globally. Now, therefore, the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Baker, Louisiana, do hereby proclaim and declare that the month of July 2025 shall be known as Group B Strep Awareness Month in Baker, Louisiana. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Baker, Louisiana, this 22nd day of July 2025. Signed by Darnell Waits, Mayor, Dr. Charles Vincent, Council Member, Rochelle Dunn, Council Member, Desiree Collins, Council Member, Robert Young, Council Member, and Cedric Murphy, Council President.
Okay, as I indicated, I move adoption of this resolution, and we'll certainly share this with the organization, and it's information that I think that many of us are kind of unaware of, and the seriousness.
So the So you make a motion?
Second.
Yes.
Second by Murphy. Any questions, comments? Questions, comments? Questions or comments? All in favor of adopting this proclamation, say aye. Ayes have it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. All right, so item 1 and 2 under new business is done. We go into item number 3, which is introduce ordinance 2025 regulations regarding the automobile repair work and oil changes in residential and subdivision areas to provide for other matters regarding the same. This is an introduction. We've introduced this before, went back into work sessions and worked it out. Is everybody agreeable to move this forward to a public
I so move we adopt this and move forward with it.
with the introduction?
Yes.
Yes, sir. We have a second motion by Vincent, second by Murphy. Any comments or questions? Any questions? Any comments? All those in favor of introducing this ordinance say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. All right. Item number 4, introduce ordinance 2025, an ordinance to regulate unauthorized camping, lodging, and or squatting on public property to provide for the other matters regarding to the same. Did my colleagues get a chance to read the ordinance and what we're trying to do here?
Yes.
It's a liability, safety issue.
Yes.
Okay, can I get a motion to introduce this ordinance, please?
I move that we introduce this ordinance 2025-13, an ordinance to regulate unauthorized camping, lodging, and or squattering on public property and to provide for other matters regarding to the same.
Second.
Get a second. We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions and comments? Any questions or comments? All right, so let's call for the vote on this one. We'll start with District 1.
District 1 votes yes.
District 2.
District 2 vote yes.
District 3.
District 3 votes yes.
District 4. District 5. Motion carries. Audience, y'all see, the mayor didn't vote for anything. I just brought it to their attention and they voted for it to go to that way. Okay, so item number 5, schedule a work session to discuss the selection of the auditor, Dr. Vincent. So here's the dates that we have, that I have. We have Wednesday, August the 6th. We tried to do this around our 2 colleagues. Wednesday, August the 6th at 4:30. Thursday, August the 7th at 3:30 or 4:30. And Monday, August the 11th at 4:30. This is discuss the new auditor, picking a new auditor.
6 sound good to me.
The 6th is on Wednesday.
That's on Wednesday, 4:30.
It is 4:30.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can make that.
How about you, do?
Yes.
All right. So I'll entertain a motion, if we can, to schedule a work session to discuss the selection of auditor
Mr. Mayor, I
on
make a
Wednesday,
motion.
August 6th at 4:30.
I make a motion to schedule a work session to discuss the selection of an auditor on Wednesday, August the 6th at 4:30.
I entertain a second. Motion by Murphy, second by Vincent. All right. All those in favor of scheduling this work session on Wednesday, August 6th at 4:30. Any questions? Any questions or comments from the audience? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right.
I'm sorry.
All right. We good. Schedule work session. Item number 6. Schedule work session to discuss article. I always get that mixed up. That's article 6, section 24-203 and 24-205 of the Baker Code of Ordinance. We got a copy of that ordinance?
Yes, that was one in our box.
That was one in your box. Do you have that, Mr. Attorney? Can you read that? Can you read the title of that and what's that for me, please?
Section 24-203, parking of tank vehicles or transport vehicles.
Okay, so here's the deal. some reason, the city of Baker has turned into, we have two locations where people can park those tank trucks, those 18-wheelers, okay? But I'm tired of seeing them in places like Walmart, the shopping centers on Main Street. It's like they're parking them anywhere now, okay? And so we understand, like my clerk always says, that it is an enforcement issue, okay? But we need to tighten up on this ordinance right here, or create another ordinance so we can state. So if you read the ordinance, colleagues, you see what we're trying to do. This will be an introduction. We can have more discussions on this, but this is a work session that we can sit down and talk about this. I suggest, just my suggestion, that we do it on the same day.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that we do it, but that means that we got to be ready to go at 5:30. That we can do it at 5:30. How about that?
Well,
No.
you think,
No, because we rushing.
No. No.
you think the
6
other one
o'clock?
will be over at the, at 4:30?
Or you want to do it earlier?
No,
I can't do
those
it.
they work and they not gonna get here until that
No,
time.
but they're going to be here Wednesday, August 6th at 4:30.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but I got other obligations at church afterwards.
And ending it by 5:30 and having a thorough conversation about these things, I would rather not rush it. Is there ever a time when you can come earlier and we spend more time if we're gonna double it up? When we look at these dates that are optional here?
Yeah, let's look at them and
let's just come back the next day. Can y'all come back the next day, Thursday, August 7th at 4:30?
Do you prefer coming 2 days at 4:30, or would you like to come on Thursday and just come earlier, like maybe at 3 o'clock, 3:30?
yeah, I can't. Yeah, 'cause my day ends at 4:30. Sometimes I can get away, but if I get a call, it is what it is 'cause I have to be available till 4:30. So now, it would be better for me to do 2 days.
And we can come back on Monday, August the 11th. This is not a big rush.
Yeah,
August the 11th
we
at
do
4.
Wednesday, Monday, or either Wednesday and Thursday. However, whatever is good for everybody else. Wednesday and Monday, or either Wednesday and Thursday.
I want to propose to my colleagues, if you have the schedule, to do all 3 days, to put them on the schedule, so if we have to have a continuation of the conversation, we can do that, because I really
Agree.
want us to make sure that we're giving time
I
to
agree.
these things.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we all, can we all confirm that we can make all 3 times, all 3 dates at 4:30, so we can make sure we're pledging out? And if we finished earlier, then we can cancel the Monday.
No.
That'll be fine.
Well, we got another one on here, too, so what you're saying is making sense. So we got another one on here for what Dr. Vincent has on here. So we got the first one for August 6th at 4:30. Do y'all want to do the second one on August 7th at 4:30?
I say so.
Okay.
What you say, Dr. Vincent? You good?
Okay, for 4:30 on Thursday?
Yeah.
Now, the other one, could we do the other one at?
We gotta vote on that and then come to the one. You talking about which other one?
The one on Monday, the 11th. That's what you talking about, Dr.
No,
Vincent?
no, my resolution.
Right, we'll bring it up and we can use the other
Okay,
dates.
so this is 4:30, you're saying on Thursday?
Yes, August 7th.
Now, on this, you have a two-parter. You have the tanks and you have the buses.
It's this, we can discuss it, just like she said, we don't need to rush it, we don't need to rush through it.
Okay. Now,
We
let me ask
just-
you, what two locations are they authorized to park?
They've been parking by the big store on Main Street, Ricky Sinclair's place, and the truck stop down at Valeria.
Okay.
And it's been working out for some of them. But here's the deal with any of this. We got to read the material before we come in the work session. Work session is working out stuff that we've already read and coming in with notes so we can go ahead and discuss it. Got to read the material prior to. Read the ordinance and then call and X notes about it. And we can discuss that. So which one y'all want?
I would propose all 3.
Okay, so let's do the Thursday for this one here. I need a motion to which time on Thursday? He said he can't be at 3:30, 4:30. Is that good?
4:30.
4:30?
Yeah.
I make a motion that we, if we have a carryover from the, because that's what she just said. If we have a carryover from the first work session at 4:30, on,
We can't do a carryover. We're going to stay till we get the one on Wednesday done.
okay,
We come on Thursday, we're working on something totally different.
okay then, okay, I thought,
So,
okay.
so
I
go
make a
ahead.
motion that we do a work session on August the 7th at 4:30, parking of tank vehicles or transport vehicles.
Okay, we got a motion, second by Murphy, motion by Dunn. Any questions and comments? Questions or comments? No questions and comments. All those in favor say aye. Ayes have it. All right, Dr. Vincent, schedule work session to seek the Attorney General's opinion.
This came about because I oppose the effort to change the ordinance where the council would receive businesses that have been approved from the planning and zoning, which is non-elected, and the mayor. And this, I still think that the business proposal should come before the council. We've done it this way for many years because these businesses will appear in our district. And if you kind of have a chance to question the business proposal before they are approved, at least the business will know where you stand and the city's voice will have been heard. And then if we tax these businesses, since we're the legislative taxing body of the city, there will not be any blowback from an attorney who will say that this business was approved, you can't tax it because it was not authorized by the taxing legislative body of the city. Now, I have not disapproved any business that have come before the city. And I don't plan to disapprove those, but I have questions about them. And they have stood right here and told me just the opposite of what they was going to do. They have told me just the opposite of what they're going to do. And because of that, I think we've gotten some business that really would not make it anywhere else. And I brought in pictures, and I have pictures of some of the businesses that approved, that I talked to the owners, and they went in a total different direction of what they told me. I brought you some of the pictures. So I would like to get an Attorney General's opinion on if we can change an ordinance that has worked for a long time in the city, where the businesses will come before not only planning and zoning, which is a fine body, but they are not elected officials, many of whom are appointed by the mayor. I know some of those that I had recommended have retired, and I have not been given a chance to appoint others. And secondly, to have that pressure on the mayor, I think would be unfair to him. At least he could say that the council approved this, because, Mr. Mayor, I can guarantee you, when that business goes awry, and it's not what we want in the city, we're going to hide behind you and say, well, he approved it, and we didn't have a voice in it. And our constituents will ask us, how did this happen in our city, and you are the council person? I've seen it, and I know what I'm saying about it. So I would like to get an Attorney General opinion if we can go back and what we approved. And one of my colleagues even asked for a work session, not understanding what we had done that evening when we took the authority away from the council. And that's why, and my colleague said, why don't we have a work session on that? And that's why I'm proposing a work session to do a resolution to the Attorney General to see what we did is in accordance with our charter. And I know we want to expedite things, but sometimes you have to just wait and give others a chance to have a voice in whatever you do in the city and whatever is approved by the city. So that's why I'm proposing this work session to offer a resolution to ask for the Attorney General's opinion. I'll do most of the writing of the resolution. I've done this many times on previous councils, and it's just a matter that we write just like we have the resolution that my colleague referred to earlier. So I'm proposing a work session to discuss doing that. Are there questions?
Dr. Benson?
I'm making a motion that we'll have a work session to do just what I have long-winded
Oh,
said.
she second. But can I ask a question on that? Maybe I had misunderstanding of it, on that.
She got a second.
Comment?
Yeah,
Comment?
hold on. So we got a motion and a second. Let me call for, we got a motion by Dr. Benson, second by Desiree, Ms. Collins. Okay, any questions? Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah.
Go ahead and state your name and your address.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The only thing that comes to the council is dealing with zoning. It don't say nothing about permit. And if you can come to...
Oh, you know I will be.
No. If you come to agreement to find out what city that do what you want to do, let me know.
Okay. I have at least two right in mind, Lecompte and Port Allen. Okay.
Okay, so that's your comment?
I have.
Go ahead.
At our next.
Okay.
Okay.
When we had this discussion once before, maybe I misunderstood, and maybe I didn't. I thought that once they did once the new business came to you all, that they would send us a list stating that we had a new business that has came to the city of Baker, because that was something that I had requested, that I had wanted to know, not to, I don't want to say antagonize these people, but not antagonize them. That's not what I'm saying. But I wanted to know what business was coming to the city, and I thought we had agreed that we would know what business was going to come to the city. That way, when our constituents asked us had a business came, we wouldn't be in the blind for it. Now, that's what I remember myself agreeing on.
Right.
And I'm still in agreements with that. I don't want to have a business to come up here and we just, just put them down and ask them 100 questions or so forth.
So that's...
Let me finish, Mayor.
Okay.
Please. So my thing is, that's what I thought that we had agreed to, that the planning and zoning, once they approve of whatever business it was going to be, that the clerk or whoever gives that information would notify us with paper, showing us that this new business has came to Baker, and if we wanted to go to that business, we could go to that business and talk to them. That's what I was under the impression. I may be the only one that was under that impression, but that's what. And so far, I haven't seen any businesses come to
We
Baker.
haven't had but one.
Okay.
We haven't had but one.
That's why I'm saying. Okay. So that was my understanding. So that was my clarification on it. So I just want to say I am the one he's talking about. So I don't want nobody to go and think it's somebody else on the council. I take my hit in time.
I know it was
So
you.
I'm the one.
I knew it was you. But here's the deal. Take 5 came through while we were still doing that. All we did, we had one business. The guy bought he owned the land. He bought the land next door. He put that other business there. We haven't had any. We don't know, and wonder why. So let's go ahead and set up.
Before
I
have a point of order.
Hold on. Hold on. Go ahead. You got a point of order.
I have a point of order. I feel like, and we need to rule on this, that we're not following proper decorum, because once the decision is made as a council, we operate as a democratic process, and once the decision is made, it's made. And so I feel like that's out of decorum for us. Once we've made and ruled and we voted, person to come back a month or 2 months down the road and can try to redo something with a threat of going to a attorney general's decision, I think that's bad decorum. I think we are democratic, we're professionals, and I think sometimes when we rule, we're not going to agree. But if we can't have the professionalism to where we don't agree, 3-2, 4-1, whatever it is, we move on as a body, then that's bad decorum, and that sets a bad precedent for what we're trying to do here. And I have a problem with that. We shouldn't be talking about something 2 months later that we all rule on, and we move forward because a person, an individual, can't accept not being able to get their way. We're professionals, and so I have a point of order, and I feel like that's bad decorum, and we need to address that issue because I don't want to go forward doing that. I'd rather not do it at all. If every time we're not in agreement with 5-0, somebody going to make a threat and then come back and try to force us with a threat to redo something that we as professionals made our best professional decision. I got a problem with that. Point of order.
Okay.
So that needs to be clarified before.
Totally agree.
Okay.
So-
let me say this.
Hold on, Dr. Vincent. We let you get started. We had another hand there. You got anything to say now? Go ahead. State your name. Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Tony, just democratic process, I appreciate that because I'm for that too. But part of the democratic process is having the ability and the freedom to change your mind if a situation arises. If I'm understanding correctly, a business that you guys approve, say they're coming in to do ABC. Then you find out they got a sex shop and they got all type of things in there that you know goes against the values of the city. What you're telling me is because of your democratic process, we can go back and reconsider that, but I don't understand why we wouldn't. If someone lied and came to us under false pretenses to say we're going to operate this business and it's totally opposite, you all are within your right to go back and. Well, don't get me wrong.
But hold on. Remember the rules, okay? We can't be going back and forth. State your issue, ma'am. And when you're 3 minutes up, you go ahead, okay? And you already took up about a minute and a half. Go ahead and state your point so we can move. Please.
Now, the thing is, Dr. Vince, I just wanted to commend you. I wasn't expecting you saying anything that you were saying today. I think that your request to have a work session to get an attorney general's opinion is spot on, personally, only because if anything happens, you all are going to be responsible. And I think that's what you're trying to find out. If something was to happen and you were to be sued, are you going to be held responsible? Because according to the charter, it does say that you all have that fiduciary responsibility. So I don't see anything wrong with Dr. Vincent saying, hold up, I agree with what we did, but now I have some new knowledge. Let me get an opinion. That's not a threat. That's if I'm uncertain about our actions, that's me going to the authority, Attorney General, to say, hey, is this correct? And an opinion is just an opinion. That doesn't mean it's law. When you get that back, y'all go on and continue talking about it, and then you make your decision. So I just reject the fact that you viewed his request that way as a threat. That's all, respectfully.
So that's it. So we're there. Go ahead, and then I'm gonna close it out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In addressing, I totally agree with my colleague said, and in addressing the question that she asked, how we handle that is a great example of how we handle if somebody come back and do what they say they wouldn't do, just like what the mayor did was yesterday when over in your district, Dr. Benson, the guy that was approved to come as a mechanic shop, he started advertising selling tires, and it was brought to the mayor's attention, and he went over there and told him that he had to cease and disorder that, or either his license is going to be pulled. That's how we handle that type of situation. So if it's something like that go down, we don't need to go to Attorney General to resolve something like that. I totally agree with what he said.
And so, so now, so I'm finna close it, okay? Because we're not gonna be here all night.
Attorney.
So go ahead, ma'am.
Want to piggyback off of what Dr. Jackson was stating, that in the event, if something was to happen, you know, somebody comes in with the business and it's not what they said it was, and then your constituents, they're upset, they want to sue the city of Baker or the council, that is the perfect example as why we need a city attorney or legal counsel in the city. So while we may not have somebody that is, you know, 100% meeting the qualifications, it is very important that the mayor as well as the council, because if y'all are sued, you're sued individually and collectively. You need legal counsel.
Okay, so here's the deal on that. And I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna move on. Dr. Vincent voted no on that. He didn't change his mind. He had already his mind made up the first time. That's the deal. Hold on, Doc. I always give you respect. Okay, he voted no. So that's it. So now, if y'all want to do that, that's up to you all to go and get attorney generals to go ahead and change it back. That's been an ongoing deal with the business license. Now, I've been here for 10 years. I know how this ordinance got here. Worst mistake I ever made in my life. Not saying that we're stopping stuff, because when I got here, I was thinking the same thing. We need to bring it here. And it just depends on who's sitting here on how stuff go. And for 9 years, they say, I told you not to do that. I told you not to do that. And that's why it's creeping now. It's not that nobody hurting. Don't nobody want to come up and be antagonized like that all the time. And there's no reason, because the charter says that it's an administrative function. It goes upstairs and you get a business license and they come downstairs. If they don't do what you say, we have other options in place to fix it. We do not have to control. This is America. We're going to control. I'm going to tell you, if you don't do it right, because you come through here, we're going to come back and get you. That ain't the way it works. It's America. They invested millions of dollars to be here. Millions of dollars. If they don't follow the guidelines, we go out and say, you're not following the guidelines. If you don't, I take those licenses.
Now,
I think the problem, and Doc, we don't let everybody talk. So here's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to call for the vote. Okay? And y'all vote it up or you vote it down. Not wasting no more time tonight. We still got to go. We got to get out of here by 8 o'clock. All right. So we have a motion and we have a second. All right, so we're going to call for the vote to do the work session on Monday. We never did get that, Dr. Vincent. Monday, August 11th at 4:30. Right?
So is the work session being done, I want to get clarification, is the work session being done without the Attorney General, or with, because we don't need the
No. It's an introduction. If you want to have it to discuss bringing the Attorney General, that's what Dr. Vincent is saying.
Oh.
On that day. So Monday, August 11th at 4:30? Okay, we're going to call for the vote. We went around the room, everybody talked. We'll start District 1.
District 1 votes yes, and I have pictures to show some of the businesses that we have approved, and they went south on us, standing right there telling me they would not do that.
They go south. They're going to do that sometime. We can fix it. District 2.
Is this just a work session?
It's a work session.
I don't mind having a work session, but is this a work session for just to discuss with the Attorney General? Because if it
no, this is a work session to talk about doing a resolution and sending a letter to the Attorney General. That's what it's for. District 3.
Oh, yes.
District 4.
I vote yes, because when we approve a business, we don't have no idea which direction they're going to go in. We don't, nobody knows that.
You vote yes. You vote yes for the work session?
Yeah, for the work session.
District 5.
I vote no, because we're a home charter rule. If we're going to do that every time we make a decision, we might as well forget about being a home charter rule.
So we got one.
It's 3-2.
It's 3-2. Motion carries.
Thank you.
When is it? August the 11th?
August 11th.
At 4:30?
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We had a guest came in through the backside over there. We got the mayor president here. Good evening. Nice to see you.
How you doing?
You got anything you want to say real quick?
We wanted just to come visit. I wanted Baker to know we're here, okay? And I only been here 6 months. It feels like it's been 6 days. I just want to let you know we're proud of Baker. We support it. And Mayor, anything we can do from downtown to help, and it won't be the last time you see me. And looking forward to meeting with all of you to see how we can assist in anything. So we just visiting. Sometimes it's nice not to be on the other side of that desk.
It is. That's it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for coming to the prayer
Thank you for
break.
coming,
Right.
Mayor Elwood, and I'm glad you came and extend that invitation to meet our council, because I was dying to have a talk, and I'm probably the one that you probably not going to want to talk to.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we don't have any more public meetings. We have announcements, you guys. We got 15 minutes. Can we get it done? Okay. All right, so announcements, Councilmember Dunn.
I just want to announce that we on August the 9th we having our fishing tournament at on Magnolia. I want to thank all the sponsors that we had so far, and I'll just ask that we come out. I didn't bring my flyer, and then I'm rushing because the mayor said we only have 15 minutes. And the other thing I want to say, don't forget about the back to school is the 26th from 9 to supplies success. Yeah, Saturday, July the 26th, from 10 a.m. to 12 at the Baker Municipal Center. And we do also have flyers. Please bring out your children for the fishing tournament. We're going to have T-shirts and hats and fishing gears to give away. So I'm excited about it, and a lot of other of our colleagues are excited about it as well. And I want to thank Jermaine and Anthony and Jo- don't let him know I can't think of his name. He gonna kill me. For taking care of that walking trail back over there by the chambers. I really appreciate it. It looked really nice over there. I just want to thank y'all for doing that. Thank you, ma'am. And, oh, one more thing. I'm kind of like excited, but I don't know if I'm supposed to say this here. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Our baseball field is getting ready to get started. The process, the field for the t-ball, and I'm just excited about that. The mayor took me over there today, and the construction people that's going to be doing the project, they will be starting soon. So I just want to let everyone know that the mayor is standing up and taking care of business of the city.
I appreciate that. It's good to hear some good things about me tonight. Go ahead, Dr. Vincent.
Okay,
Go
let me
ahead.
continue to thank the mayor and Public Works for cutting the grass, and I think we don't want to forget about Thomas Road at Redwood and Millwood. I had a constituent. I was out doing my paper pickup this third Saturday, and one of the constituents from that area inquired, and I told them that we would be cutting along Thomas Road where we do the same levee. And let me thank the participants from District 1 for the wonderful back-to-school deal we did this past weekend as well. It was just unbelievable. From 7 until midnight, I was busy almost. We did a back-to-school giveaway at 4 different sites in District 1, and I want to give a shout-out to Mr. Bobby. Can't think of Bobby's last name, who really helped me with that effort, especially at my last stop on Myrtle Street there. And thank you so much for what's going on in Levy Lane, and I'm glad Mr. Stoops was able to tell us that that project is going well. That's all I have, Mayor.
Anybody else from the circle before we move on? Anybody else?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm glad to see you here, Mayor. Back in, I think it was 2020, I was the one that spearheaded that walking track out there. Right now, we're kind of like looking a little kind of sluggish there, so I might be giving you a call there. All right.
All right, anybody else?
On behalf of District 3, we want to thank everyone for participating in Let's Take a Walk every first and third Tuesday of the month. We walk different streets in our district, connecting with our constituents and finding out what their direct needs are. So it's been a very impactful experience. I want to thank all of you who show up, and those of you who are thinking, I didn't have any idea, but I'm going to show up next time. If you have resources that you want to share, it's really important to go check on our neighbors and give them those resources. Many times they can't get out into the community, or they're left unaware, but this effort also always makes sure that they are informed decision makers as they move forward as residents in the city of Baker. And on behalf of the Rotary Club of Baker, Interact Greater Baton Rouge, we are announcing our call for 9th to 12th graders to come back to join us for ACT Prep college tours and community service initiatives. And if you know anyone who's interested in joining, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'll be available for a few minutes afterwards if you have high school students who need support in those areas. And it is free of charge. Thank you.
Okay. I will go past administrative matters tonight since we're getting late. But colleagues, I would ask you to check your emails, putting out a lot of information, the things that's going on in the city. I will say this, that we are moving. I'm excited about moving, and we're moving forward. But we still have to work together, like you talked about. We got to stay together. Always one team, always one battle, all the time. And that's one thing I learned in the military about staying together no matter what. But we can work stuff out before we get in here. So please, colleagues, if you got issues, you got things that you don't understand, come and talk to me about it. And you know, sometimes there will be challenges as we move forward. And I don't think I'm going to be able to finish everything that I'm trying to do. That's not the way I'm thinking. I just wake up in the morning and go to work, and I suggest that you do it too, because things are not going to ever be perfect. And greatness is always found in the work that you put in to make it to the next day. Okay, and so that's where we are. They're never going to be perfect. People are always going to see the other things, and I always wonder about that, but that's the way it is. I was in Columbus, Ohio this week with National League of Cities, and we were in a room with 20 mayors. And I brought back the survey from Angela Mason. Angela Mason, I put you there. The state of the city. If you read that, those mayors from all over the country, they have the same issues that we have. They're working on the same things that we're working on. And lets you know that we're important. That's important to know that. That's important for you to get. All right, so let's move on to condemnations, okay? So now, I know, don't get up and shout on this because I know you're ready. So, colleagues, I need a motion to add 6204 Molino to the condemnation list. Molino, and when we say we put him on the condemnation list, we put him on there to be condemned. Mm-hmm. And what I do is I try to wait, okay? And I confer with the attorney to see how long that we're going to wait before we come back to you guys and say we're going to demolish it. The issue I have with tearing down properties is the faster we tear them down, they turn them into places for the horses to sit, or they turn into parking lots. And so one of the things that I went to Columbus for this weekend is to learn from people who take blighted property, tear that property down, and turn it into commons, where the city is involved in that, not waiting on people to come in. So I need a motion to go ahead and add 6204 Molino and 4331 Amherst. That's your right. To add that to come to right. Robert added. Right. So can you do the motion for me there, District 1?
I move that we add Amherst and Molino to the condemnation list.
Okay. I get a second. Second by the Vice President. Any questions? Any comments?
Second by the President.
Second by the President. Any questions or comments? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We have nothing else on this agenda, ladies and gentlemen. I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion. You first.
Oh, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second by the Vice President. Any questions, comments? No questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. All right. Board of Commissioners, Hillcrest Memorial Garden, call to order. I will make a motion that we accept the minutes from the previous meeting. I'll entertain a second. Second by Murphy. Any questions, comments?
Let me ask you this. How is that coming with the renaming of that memorial?
We're waiting on it to come in. Okay. We've already ordered.
Okay.
Right.
That's Mayor
Heine Memorial Garden. All right, so we have a motion and a second to accept the minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. We have no report. I'll make a motion that we adjourn. Can I get a second? Is there any questions? Any comments? No questions and comments? We are adjourned. Moving right along. Board of Commissioners, Baker Consolidated Utilities Commission, call to order. I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from the previous meeting. Second by Commissioner Murphy. Any questions or comments from the audience or the circle? No questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. I'll make a motion that we adjourn. No report. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Second by Dunn. Any questions, comments? No questions or comments? Y'all have a good evening. We adjourn.
Okay.
Turn your mics off, please.